Hello YouTubes. It is the middle of February. I know it doesn't look like it, but we're actually coming through the other side of winter. Temperatures are starting to rise, so this white stuff will hopefully start disappearing very soon, which means I'm running out of excuses for working on the cars because it's so cold. So here's what we're doing today. I'm going to talk about this compressor. I'm going to talk about my plasma cutter and my TIG welder. I'm going to talk about that monstrosity of a mess. I'm going to talk about my trusty Lincoln electric. Not going to talk about that. And I'm going to talk about what's in this big Amazon box. Woohoo! More stuff. That's Dan, the fastest snowblower operator in the world. Right, let's talk about this tiny little compressor. This is a Mastercraft 25-gallon tank, I believe. But it's only any use for a nail gun and pumping up tires, to be honest. Absolutely useless for power tools or anything that requires constant use. It just runs at puff, constantly has to recharge with the motor. Useless. So I'm going to be saving my pennies to get a big 60-gallon tank. I think I'd be as well just to save up and get a new one, because the used ones cost $600 plus, and I can get a new one for $1,000. So I think I'd rather have that reliability. And why do I want a bigger tank? Well, I want to be able to use air tools, and I want to use like my sanding tools, and more importantly, I want to be able to use it for painting. I do have painting equipment, guns. I don't have the paint yet, obviously, but this year is going to be the year I get some paint on Bugsy. So that's going to be worth getting a new compressor for all those things. Okay, next. You would have seen in previous videos, I've got a brand new plasma cutter and a brand new TIG welder. They're very nice and small and neat, and they both work really well, link in description. But I thought it would make sense to have them both on the same welding cart. Nice and neat. I had to modify it a little bit because they were just about an inch wider than the platform they sit on. So I've got them on bits of wood, probably not ideal, but anyway, ratchet strap holding them all together, gas tank at the back, perfect. But that does mean that my Lincoln is now homeless. Oh, this beast has been amazing, but I'm using the gas tank for the TIG welder. So until I get a new bottle of gas, I'm going to be converting this to flux core. So I've got plenty of flux core wire. Need to remove this wire, obviously, and I need to swap these positive negative terminals over. There's a really handy chart on the TIG welders, the Lincoln welders, that tells you what to do. So as you can see here, for shielding or shielded wire, and it specifically shows no gas, and it shows where the ground cable goes, and it's currently on that side. It needs to go on that side. That's fairly straightforward. So I'll do that, and I'll re-practice some flux core welding later on. My workbench has been a pigsty for the last 2 months. I've got to sort that, and I've got to find more permanent places to store all these tools. I know this is making your head hurt looking at all this, but honestly, it's just been too cold to work out here, so I need to get that sorted today as well. And finally, what's in this big Amazon box? Sent to me by my dear friend William at Solar Garage. Let me open that up, show you what's in there. Don't you just love Amazon, wasting trees? Right, William has sent me some stainless steel TIG welding rod, because there's two things I've always wanted to be able to weld: aluminium and stainless steel. I still don't have the right equipment to weld aluminum, but I can do stainless steel. which is what this rod is for. Yum, yum, yum. Now, I'm not going to be doing that today because I've got plenty of other things to be doing, but very excited to try some stainless steel TIG welding. Thank you very much again, William. Very much appreciated. Link to William's channel up there. RAM stuff and solar power stuff. Very interesting. So go and check out his channel. I appreciate that very much, and I appreciate this very much. Right, better do some work. Right, let's start with the Lincoln swap over thing. Someone brought you coffee.
I never know if you're taping, and I never wanted to just yell good morning or afternoon or anything like that, right? So I'm just like, that's how I just look over and I'll wave and I'll be like, good morning, and then you're videotaping or something. So
oh, it's posh coffee.
It's what's that?
It's posh coffee.
Posh. Why?
No, that's cheap Timmy's nonsense.
Timmy's always back, like filled up. And then...
Thanks, Dan. Right, let's see how quickly and efficiently we can take care of this. Let us start with, may as well snip this wire. I could wind it all the way back. In fact, could I do that? Nah. It's not worth the hassle. I'm going to snip the wire here. I'm going to catch it before it springs back and creates havoc. And do this. Whip it out. Make sure you don't lose that. There is a little hole here that I'm going to stick the wire through so that it doesn't uncoil. Like so. Let us pull the wire out the other end of that. I'll clean that up while it's off. Out with the old. Coil that up. Put it somewhere safe. You can always reuse that for tying stuff together. I wouldn't just immediately put that in the garbage. Always reuse stuff if you possibly can, guys. Save the planet, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Flux core wire, as you can see, it is silver compared to the copper colour unshielded stuff. Now, I've taken this out of its little hole there because it's at the back and it would be really fiddly to do that once, you know what, I should have done that last. No, let's do that, right? On there. Okay, need to cut the end off of that so that it's nice and straight. Feed it through its hole. Tensioner back on. And then once we switch it on, we can feed it all the way through. So, next step, swapping these wires over. These are pretty tight because they've been on there a while. I will use pliers. That one goes on there now. And the ground goes on the one at the back now. Try and keep these separate. I don't want them touching, obviously. Little nip up with the pliers just in case. And we're good. All I have to do now is feed that through. Obviously, you want this to be able to turn, but you don't want it tight. You just don't want it to be loose enough that it's going to uncoil. Right, let's feed it through. A very quick public safety announcement. When you're messing about with welding wire, be careful. Luckily this was a in and out job. Need to find a plaster. That'll do. Okay, so when I'm feeding this through, I've removed the little copper tip. I always find it a bit of a struggle to get it through while it's attached. So I'm going to feed it through there first, then feed it through the tip. Oh, I can feel it coming. I can feel it coming. We're getting close. There he is. Feed that through there. Screw it back down. This thing is really only required for the gas, you know, the shielding gas, but it does protect this a bit. Right, that's on. Still working. Snip that and we're good to go. Okay, I will clear the bench and then do a wee bit of re-practice. It's been a while since I used flux core, but the only difference is that you generally pull on the weld rather than push with the gas. Pull with the flux, push with the gas. Anyway, let's tidy up. That's better. Right, let's see if I can remember how to weld. We'll start with something easy. 1/4 inch steel. And we're just going to try welding another piece of 1/4 inch steel at 90-degree angle. The reason I'm starting with the thick steel is it's much easier to weld flux core with thick steel than it is with thin steel. Clamp this down here. I'll attach the ground straight to this, and then I'm just going to weld in that little corner, and hopefully it'll be a perfect weld, but highly unlikely. Actually not too bad. Closer look. As I say though, the thick steel is pretty easy to weld. You don't worry about burning through stuff, so you can be a wee bit more aggressive, shall we say. Okay, what else can we do? Because obviously I can still weld. What I will need to do is, I need to make a new cart for that. I think I've got enough steel to do it, but I do need to get a couple of wheels, a couple of casters before I can do that. That'll be a little mini project that I'll do at a later date. Well, not that much later, but soon. The other thing I want to do is dust off this lathe that I haven't used since I got it. There's a couple of things I need to do, like add on the tapered tool at the back. But apart from that, this thing works. I need to learn how to use it. There is one key ingredient I need though, and that would be instructions on how to use it. I've been waiting for this whole you-know-what to get over with so that I can ask Andrew to come round. Andrew Mayer, he's got gangrene. The car, not the disease. And he's been working with lathes his entire career. So who better to instruct me on how to use that than Andrew? And he has offered, but we've been waiting for this whole situation to die down a bit. So hopefully Andrew will come over soon and give me a couple of hours of tuition on how to use that thing, because it's a great machine. It just needs someone who knows how to use it. So that's exciting. And then, of course, it'll be full steam ahead on the Locust 7 project. Hopefully we'll be saying cheerio to the snow thrower till next year, but probably need it a couple more times this year and then we'll be done with that. So as you can tell, I am pretty fired up. Looking forward to the warmer weather coming. And obviously I've still got Bugsy there in my auxiliary garage. I don't know how long I'm going to be able to use that garage, but for now, Bugsy is safe and sound, not rusting any more than he already is. Lots of work still to do in Bugsy. That's a whole different video to give you an update on him. But for now, I'm looking forward to summer, the show season, the project progress, and just living the dream. Right folks, I'll see you in the next one, and I will be resuming work on the Low-Cost 7 and everything else. Thanks for watching, take care everyone, and again thanks to William for all his help and support, and everyone else of course. Bye bye.